2025 World Series Preview. A vision of momentum, matchups, and momentous stakes. As the lights go on for the Fall Classic, the stage is set. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the defending champions, return to the summit, attempting to do what no National League team has achieved in decades: win back-to-back titles. Across the diamond stand the Toronto Blue Jays, a club that hasn't been this close to baseball immortality since the early 1990s. This series is more than 4 wins. Its legacy, narrative, and the collision of 2 distinct blueprints for victory. The macro story: dynasty versus redemption. The Dodgers walk in with the aura of inevitability. A rotation that has shredded lineups, a roster saturated with impact hitters, and the experience of October success. They are favorites, by design and by history. For the Blue Jays, the ascent is dramatic. Once considered long shots, now one victory away from rewriting their own story. Their path here has been one of momentum and adjustment. One club fights to solidify a dynasty, the other fights to claim one. 6 matchups that could decide it. While the Stars, shorthand names you recognize, will headline the narrative, it's the quieter, subtler matchups that may swing the balance. Toronto's high-contact offense versus Los Angeles' swing-and-miss juggernaut. The Blue Jays struck out at the lowest rate in baseball entering this postseason. That plate discipline, bat-to-ball skill, and contact quality are their identity. Enter the Dodgers' starting rotation, a quartet of power arms whose strikeout rates are among the elite. The question: can Toronto's offense crack the code of this elite rotation? The splitter battle. Toronto's top starters rely heavily on right-handed split-finger fastballs, an unusual weapon. The Dodgers, however, have a well-documented ability to hammer that pitch with certain hitters. If the Jays' arms are going to win, they must neutralize the weakness of their own pitch against this precise lineup. Bullpen command and chaos. Both clubs carry elite starters, but both carry bullpen question marks. The Dodgers' relievers have had lapses. Toronto's relief corps has been asked to carry heavy burdens. In games where starters falter or the margin tightens, relief work will loom large. Defenses and hidden edges. Toronto's defense, often overshadowed by headlines, is a quietly elite group at turning batted balls into outs. Framing, infield shifts, first reaction, all often ignored, but all vital when the margin is razor-thin. Momentum and psychological narrative. The Jays have outrageously low odds coming into this, reckoned by many to be long shots. That outsider tag can free a team, create hunger, and fuel risk-taking. The Dodgers, meanwhile, bear the burden of expectation, legacy demands, media chatter, historical weight. Which mindset will prevail? Home field, travel, small edges. Games in Toronto, then Los Angeles. Crowd, environment, pitch clocks, mound noise. Every subtle factor counts. A swinging game, one might ripple through the series more profoundly than we realize. The key players' paths forward. While teams win series, championships often hinge on individuals. Several figures will cast the longest shadows. The Dodgers' rotation: when your starters deliver a postseason ERA that is historically elite, batters hitting tiny averages, walk rates low, strikeout high, the margin for error shrinks. If they hold form, the Blue Jays' offense will struggle to breathe. The Blue Jays' bats: when a lineup produces elite contact, high WRC+, and pressure from all parts of the order, they force opponents to adjust. If they can avoid chasing and keep constructing innings, they will test Los Angeles. The bullpens: often the overlooked trenches of October. A single blown lead or shaky inning in relief could flip a game, and in a best-of-7, those flips accumulate. Why it matters? If the Dodgers win, they'll write themselves into the conversation of the great modern baseball dynasties. Back-to-back champions in the National League have been elusive because sustained roster excellence, health, and October focus are hard to maintain. They have the personnel and the hunger. If the Blue Jays prevail, it will be one of the great underdog achievements. A team not built for dynasty from the top budget line, but one that found identity in contact, in patience, and in elevating players when the moment arrived. It would be a cultural shift, Canada's major league franchise returning to the apex after decades. Prediction and narrative outlook. Though probabilities tilt toward Los Angeles, the beauty of October baseball lies in its unpredictability. Shadowed by statistics, narratives often bend to momentum. Scenario of favorite script: the Dodgers impose their rotation, the Blue Jays battle, but can't sustain offense across the series, and Los Angeles closes it out in 6. Scenario upset, Toronto's contact skills and situational hitting crack the rotation early, their bullpen holds firm, and pressure mounts on the Dodgers. The underdogs take it in 7. Whichever way it goes, expect long innings, quick innings, dominant pitching, tight swings, and the kind of moments you'll remember in quiet reflection years from now. Closing thoughts. 4 wins separate these two clubs. But what feels on the line is so much more. For the Dodgers, legacy and history. For the Blue Jays, revelation and redemption. The matchups we'll remember likely won't be the home runs and strikeouts we always track, but the ninth-inning meltdowns avoided, the liners hit just fair, the undersold bullpen win, the swing in a miss when it mattered. When the dust settles, one team will lift the trophy, the other will wonder what could have been. Both will have earned their place on baseball's grand stage. And we, as spectators, will sit back and recall how the tiniest of edges, 6 factors, 6 matchups, 6 key moments, made all the difference.